Today we are going to do a review of a new product coming out from TR Fightsticks. It's called the Octopus. I think the name has to do a little bit with what its feature set is. So this is what makes it unique. There's a lot of like tech inside. So there's this Octopus PCB. From what I'm hearing, it's a Brook PCB that's been developed just for TR Fightsticks. Breakout system over here that covers all your bases. Extender PCB, OLED screen, and then the mounting plate right here. And then you can customize it. That's good, right? We like customization. I haven't opened it, so let's just unbox it. Let's go, man. Look at this packaging, right? Look at it. Awesome logo right there. From TR out of Turkey, man. Look at that logo. Beautiful logo. Oh, a little outline of the actual product in the back. Okay, let's crack this open. Woo! Oh, look at this, guys. We got a nice little quick start guide. Basically covers all your bases. Beautifully printed paper. This is not even paper. This is like a plastic sheet. Wow. Nice braided USB-C cable. This is beautiful. Okay, interesting. We have the ball top and the dust cover. Oh, look at this sticker. Oh, look at the graphic I got. So I got the white variant, guys. Okay, we have an OLED screen here. Allows you to see the VMU slots for Dreamcast. Left stick, D-pad, right stick status, SOCD status, also the turbo mode status. We have start, select, home, VMU menu. We have turbo, we have touch, L3 and R3. Nowadays, a lot of the current generation want fast access to L3 and R3. So it's still here. I wouldn't say it's something that you'd want to mash all the time in games, but it is accessible from the top, but it's not a main action button. Like if I were to mod this, I'd probably make a different layout that has L3 and R3 because people are actually using those buttons nowadays. Have you seen all the pro Street Fighter players? They literally have every button on earth available to them. Sega 2P layout though, the classic layout. Really can't go wrong with Sega 2P. It's the most ergonomic layout. Square, triangle, R1, L1, cross, we have circle, we have R2, we have L2. Directions are the directions. You can switch console compatibility by holding down the button and then plugging it in. Let's take a look at the rear section. So this is the stick mode. Left stick, D-pad, right stick. But I'm gonna leave it on D-pad right now. And then this switch over here is a tournament mode. Tournament mode basically stops you from pausing the game or like hitting the home key mid-game and ruining your match. An RJ45 jack, right? We have a DB15 jack, and then we have a USB-C jack. Let's start with the DB15 right in the middle. So this is gonna cover Neo Geo and Mega Drive or Genesis, right? For the US audience. Now, why do you need this? So this port basically is a direct line into the inputs. There's no processing needed. If you guys don't know this, the Genesis and the Neo Geo, the controller PCBs or like the processing of the controller inputs happen within the console. They don't happen on the actual controller. So like a Neo Geo controller is just literally wires to the pin, and then the pin goes to the console. So TR is also saying this can work directly to a super gun too, right? So like JAMA, yeah, anything that has arcade input, so that's very similar. RJ45 covers Sega Saturn, NES, Super NES, Nintendo GameCube, N64, Dreamcast, and then TurboGrafx 16, and also PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. You are responsible for buying your own RJ45 cables. Okay, then USB-C, you guys should already know this, but this should cover PS3, PS4, PS5, Xbox 360. Oh, it covers MiSTer, the Analog Pocket, PC, of course, Switch, Neo Geo Mini, PS Classic, Mega Drive, Astro City Mini. It's literally a custom PCB and custom piece here. You're never gonna find this on anybody else's stick. I think I'm gonna take the bottom off. Let's do it. So a little about the enclosure while we're working on this right now. The enclosure is sanded aluminum. It's powder coated. Let's take a look at the internals. Beautifully braided cables. You can see the double stack PCB right over here. So the main PCB is interacting with the secondary board, and that's what everything is connected to right now. Cables are braided, really beautiful. The USB cable is even braided. Quick disconnects are actually right angle quick disconnects for both the grounds and the signals. And that's really nice, and it allows the room Because if these were pointing straight up, we'd be cutting it close as far as being able to close it properly. I like how slim the enclosure is too. Look at this mounting plate. So the mounting plate is a universal mounting plate. I'm pretty sure you can connect any freaking stick to this. This is the proper height, guys. If you ever see, like, people make sticks and, like, the lever is, like, this high. That's the proper height for a Japanese setup. I don't know the exact millimeters or whatever, but I could just tell that's the actual proper height. If you do purchase this Fightstick, you do have to install the ball top a little bit more securely. You could just tighten it on, but you know, eventually it will roll off unless you secure it a little bit better. So definitely do that. That's one thing I would say that needs to get done. This thing weighs like a pound already. This is crazy. This is, you could, you can take someone out with this. It definitely adds a lot of weight to the product already. TR is saying it's 1.5 millimeter steel. Let's get this reinstalled. I would definitely like to see some sort of system that allows you easier access to the internals. All you need is a screwdriver, but in the heat of the moment, yeah, that's going to be a little bit difficult. On my personal ones, I have an option for people to just be able to have a magnetic opening. You guys see that? If something's wrong, a button gets loose, I could just go in really quick and fix it, and that can happen within like 20 seconds of a match. So I think competitively, I think something like this would definitely be something to add on. Holy moly! Okay, yeah, this is kind of heavy. It's 8 pounds and 9 ounces, according to my scale. So this is a Victrix. This is 7 pounds and 13 ounces, so almost a pound lighter. Chamba Pearl, or the Obsidian, this is just the white version. And this is 6 pounds, 7 ounces. So this is like 2 pounds lighter. But yeah, it's definitely a tank, guys. I believe the bottom plate has a lot to do with the weight as well. Oh wait, is there an audio jack? Okay, no audio jack. Not a big deal for me, but some people want that audio jack for some reason. I'm going to connect it to PC first. Ooh, look, it's got the TR logo there. Oh, smiley face guy. Up, down, left, right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. L3, R3. Those are all working. And then I could switch to analog. Let me try that. Yep, see now it's switched to analog. I'll go to analog right. That's working. And I'll just go back at D-pad. The responsiveness is fantastic. Just like you would expect. Again, this is on PC. Pretty awesome. I don't feel any lag. It feels incredible. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Got a nice slap to it. The Tama buttons on the metal panel. If you like that aesthetic of slapping buttons, it definitely has the slap. Let's grab a PS5. I'm going to hold down the 2P button, and that should send it into PlayStation mode. I would have loved to see my joystick inputs, like, you know, if I move the lever, you could kind of see it on the screen here, as well as my inputs for the attacks. According to the TR team at the moment, there is no option, but maybe an upgrade in the future to be able to do that. That would be nice. Yeah, look at that. Off the rip. Combo off the rip. Then that's my normal muscle memory. And I got a main Sagat combo out. A B&B Sagat combo out without even like adjusting. I mean, there's no lag, nothing. So that works. We got the PS5 compatibility out of the way. Let's get into some retro, right? We got to do a retro console. Let's get a Dreamcast here. RJ45 is basically Ethernet cable. You got to be very careful and be mindful of the clip, okay? So plug that in. Okay. I'm going to hold down gonna hold down jab and 4P. So look at this, guys. You can hold down the VMU menu here and you could select, I don't know if you guys can see the number right on the corner here. Look, you could select the VMUs. Look at that. It got the Third Strike logo on there. Yeah, definitely feels amazing. No lag. Literally no lag. You know, I could tell, like, Third Strike's one of those games that are, like, really precise. And, like, if you can't DP off the rip, there's something wrong. It does work amazing. And you can hold down the select and home keys and then connect it to the updater firmware on TR's website to get any of the latest updates. That's really nice. The firmware is updatable. There's an instructional video on the TR YouTube channel to show you how to replace the artwork. Let's just go over some pros and cons real quick. Let's start with the cons. This is my personal opinion, what I would like to see. This stick can go both ways, and it can be marketed towards the retro crowd, could be marketed towards the modern crowd, right? Right now it's definitely leaning more towards the retro crowd with the Sega 2P layout and whatnot, which is awesome because like a lot of gamers are just that. They just want to have one arcade stick to cover all their bases, and they're used to the older style of fight sticks. That's cool. But nowadays, guys, I'm sure you've seen, there's sticks like this now with 50 billion buttons. You know what I mean? There's like 1 million buttons on sticks nowadays. Believe it or not, that's becoming the norm. Anybody in today's FGC will tell you, yes, they are mapping L3, they are mapping, you know, touchpad, R3. Whether or not you guys look at that as a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you. But it's reality. I go to tournaments, I run tournaments, and when I look at the audience that's playing, they have controllers with mad buttons. We got to accommodate, all right? So hopefully in the future, we'll see some modern layouts for this product that is readily available to purchase. And maybe with the help of Brooke, maybe a way to configure them yourself. Second piece of feedback I had was make this a little bit more accessible to get into the parts. 7 screws to remove and put back. If one of your buttons go out, you just need to be able to like, you know, open the case, plug it in, or like fix a switch, something, you know, just be able to get in there quickly. And I think that it would be nice to see some sort of removable or like easy access panel to get into the main parts. A little heavy for my taste, but that's my taste. You know, I'm getting older, my back hurts. Okay, and then my last piece of feedback is the screen. I would have liked to see the screen show you your inputs so that you could quickly just diagnose if a button's not working without having to plug in to a system. Hopefully that's just a software update away. I think that's like one of the standard features that everyone's expecting nowadays. That's it. That's all my feedback. Pros though, okay? Fantastic build quality. Holy crap. Like this thing is incredible. Like the build quality, the materials are used, like even this grippy foam, the steel plate, all of the PCBs, the auxiliary control panel, like it's like they spared no expense. I would argue this is probably the best built arcade stick right now. This panel is godlike. This panel is so godlike, guys. It just blows my mind that you can connect RJ45, DB15, and USB-C to access every freaking console. You guys know, this is the goated console. If you're a Dreamcast owner, buying this stick is a no-brainer. You have 10 virtual VMUs inside here. That's insane. You want something that will work and cover all your bases? This is the one. I'm really happy to have this because I have basically one stick to rule them all. What I would do is probably update this with my current layout that I use. I use like 6God layout. Definitely would change these buttons to like a micro switch based button and then do some mods to the lever. But that's all my preferences. For the most part, when you buy this and pick it up, it's just gonna be awesome off the gate. There's a couple models that you could buy. So there's a bunch of editions you guys can get. And here's the other layouts that you can get, you know, and check this out. You can get any of the cables that you want. So $450, okay? Let's talk about the price. I think the closest product to this, as far as like the hardware goes, it's probably the Victrix Pro FS. $399 for a Victrix Pro FS. Like this is a premium product, right? Now, for the Octopus being $450, here's where you're getting the value. You're getting the value in like massive console compatibility. You're getting the screen. You're getting the built-in VMUs for Dreamcast. You're getting multiple connections in the back. I think that $50 more is definitely justified. Based on the current market, I think it's priced right. Personally, this is for me, right? If I were to pick this, I would buy the Dreamcast cable. There we go. I'd buy the PlayStation 1 and 2 cable right here. So we're looking at like $515 shipped. Retro heads, they've been paying a lot of money for everything, okay? Like you can't even buy, sometimes buying a game costs a couple $100s now. So for retro, I think this is definitely worth it. If you're just looking to play for modern stuff, I wouldn't necessarily say this is your best option. Here's where the value proposition is. I believe this product is the best product if you, number one, play lots of retro games you know, you love arcades in general, right? And you play retro games, and then you get the bonus of being able to play all the modern stuff too. That's who this is made for. This is unmatched. No one makes anything like this right now that you could buy off the rip. You can make one yourself. It'll cost more than this. If you were to buy a metal enclosure, buy all your parts, buy the PCBs, somehow figure out how to manage all this wiring with the tournament lockout switches, left stick, right stick, knowing the cost of things and building stuff myself, that's probably $1,000 custom stick. And this is roughly half. All right, guys, so this has been the review of the TR Fightstick Octopus. Shout out to the TR team for sending this review unit over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the pros and cons of this. If you guys are interested in it, let me know, because I do have a coupon code. If you enter jonyfraze, JONYFRAZE, into the website, you will receive $25 off. I'll also put the link in the description. All right, but let me know if you think this is worth it. 450 bucks, covers all your bases. That's up to you to decide. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, we're almost at 10K subs on YouTube. Let's cross that border for the next video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.